Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, has issued its response to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's Office of Inspector General revised audit of Erie County's use of federal assistance dollars in response to the October 2006 surprise storm. As you may recall, the Office of Inspector General recommended FEMA recover nearly $48.5 million of federal disaster assistance provided to Erie County, which was almost the full amount of assistance provided to the county, or a little more than $53 million. At the time that the OIG issued its first audit, and then when it issued its revised audit, I noted that the Office of Inspector General was relying on the wrong law, and but for a few small areas of agreement, Erie County had followed the letter of the law and should not be required to repay $48.5 million. Today, FEMA issued its response to the audit and I quote, has concluded that a total reduction of $705,640.93 is appropriate, end quote. My administrative team has reviewed FEMA's response. Some of the claims contained in FEMA's response we never disputed with. Others, such as the Giambra administration and legislature's payment of outside consultants and changing of work rules after the storm to allow for the payment of overtime to management personnel, we do believe have some merit. Therefore, in order to put this matter behind us, we concur with FEMA's findings and will return $705,640.93 of federal funding now sought in response to the October 2006 storm recovery. This is a huge win for the residents of Erie County and would not have been possible without the strong advocacy of our Senator Charles Schumer. Senator Schumer is a forceful champion for our community, and I greatly appreciate his efforts to assist us in rebutting the illogical recommendations proffered by the Department of Homeland Security's Office of Inspector General. As you may recall, it was Senator Schumer who set up the meeting with myself and FEMA Administrator Craig Fugate earlier this year, in which we were able to discuss the matter with the administrator one-on-one. I also want to thank Senator Kirsten Gillibrand and Congressman Brian Higgins, who provided assistance to my administration in rebutting the OIG's claims. I would specifically like to thank the members of my staff who worked very hard on this, including Deputy County Executive Rich Tobey, who's here, our Budget Director Bob Keating, as well as the Deputy Budget Director Tim Callan, who's here, County Attorney Michael Siragusa, the Director of Purchasing Valley Ferraccio, our Emergency Services Commissioner Dan Neverth Jr., and our Director of Policy and Communications Mark Cornell is also here. All these individuals worked countless hours in preparation of the response to the OIG's original audit and in working with FEMA to go over the documents that show that we would not have to pay $48.5 million back. While FEMA is seeking restitution of $705,000, that pales in comparison to the Office of Inspector General's original recommendation of recovering more than $48 million from Erie County. That would have devastated the county's finances. The fact is, Erie County followed the rules and guidance of FEMA and the New York State Emergency Management Office, officials on the ground in the disaster recovery, and, as FEMA notes today through the issuance of their audit, this means that the Office of Inspector General's audit recommendations are deeply flawed. I feel like Erie County has been vindicated by FEMA's response, and now we can all put this disaster finally behind us and move on and not have to worry about the specter of $48 million to be taken from Erie County's finances and coffers to pay for a storm that occurred almost 7 years ago.